Happy Monday morning. She just said, don't film me. We're sweating our asses off. If you notice across the road, the giant ragweed is now gone. We just heaped the shit out of the gator and took it and dumped it. We also picked a bunch of the ears off the volunteer corn so they wouldn't go through the combine. Those are good ears that are drying down real good. They look good too. That came out of the field behind the house. Barb went and picked her corn stalks for decorations. She keeps telling me not to film her. We're gonna put the wet bin auger up now, so you're probably gonna get on film.
I just ran a marathon.
Yeah, we're a little sweaty.
My clothes have become one with my body.
She's a little muddy because I swung one handful of plants up to throw it in the gator, and you know, some of the little mud balls flew off on her.
It was a shower.
Oh, it wasn't that bad.
Of dirt.
A cascade of dirt. So anyways, we're gonna go take that, hook onto the auger that goes up to the wet bin, and get that hooked up. Alright, we got the hopper and tarp in the front here. We got the auger partially up. We use the drill. You saw it last year. We'll show it again to you this year. A lot easier than sitting there and crank and crank and crank by hand. Yeah, that's tiring. We got our top that I had put on a couple years ago that we don't have to climb up there. That's awesome. Spring loaded and it's on a cable. All right. Oh, get down on a tractor without tripping.
Oh my gosh, when
Here, you can hold this, we're filming. Show them how I'm drilling.
Alrighty.
Not that they haven't seen it before.
Oh wait, maybe I should get over here so they can get the full effect.
Alright, now's where we sweat some more.
This is where we need people to help us push.
Yes, we're turning you off because we have to. Alright, we got that up. Work harder, or work smarter, not harder. We took a chain, hooked it onto the handle and pulled up with the bucket, picked it up to get the hopper underneath, because that's pretty steep. I gotta grease that PTO still. We gotta put the tarp on it. It's like freaking 80 degrees today. Tomorrow's supposed to be in the low 80s. Wednesday, we could break a record every day. Wednesday, the one local news channel showed 87. It's insane for this time of year. It's October 2nd, but it's making the beans dry and the corn. I'm still thinking Wednesday or Thursday we're gonna give it a whirl, but we'll see. We got a lot more shit to get. Well, not a lot, but Colin's supposed to be coming today or tomorrow. Calibrate front end of the 8295 so I can get that hooked up, get it up here on the floor so I can finish greasing that. Either later today or tomorrow I'm going to get that out and get the grain head out and get it hooked up and see if I can remember everything from last year. Yeah, because I'm starting on my time schedule this year, not the New Holland dealers like last year. Just a quick little, got this sent to me. Hi Andy and Joy from Owen McNiff. Owen 333333333. He has lots of threes in his handle. It's a phone stand. So when Jimmy and I are sitting here and I've got my phone propped up against either, you know, like on those boxes of towels, or like last month, last month, we're in October, where we couldn't get reception without being out here by the door, so he backed his truck up and we sat in front of the tailgate trying to get the damn phone to sit upright. Now I've got this trusty dusty A4 phone stand that I can use. So thank you, Owen McNiff 3333333. Lots of threes. All right, I'm in my computer shack. I got my heater plugged in and I turned it up so that it would kick on, knowing that it will work. And I obviously turned it turned it back down because it's 80 degrees today and it's going to be in the 80s the next 3 days. I got the computer hooked up. I got a propane ticket here with nothing on it that was in here. I'm very confused. Don't know where the hell that came from. But I got this hooked up. I got it. It says soybeans there. I don't know if you can read it. I got my temperatures full. I mean, obviously everything reads zeros. My target 12.8. I might put that at 30. I mean, it depends on what the beans are running coming out of the field. But I got all the rest of the stuff set. You farmers will understand. For you non-farmers, it takes a minute to remember all this shit from the previous year. You know, when you're only using it for between 1 and 2 months out of the year. Yeah. But I got it figured out. I got my testers out. Obviously that one, the last we did was corn. The last corn I tested was 14.9% at 55 pound test weight. So I need to get that switched to beans. I got this tester here, which in the scale, which I already got this one switched to. Let me turn the light on. I don't know if that'll help, but it's got to go through all of its bullshit to start with before it. That's not today's date, by the way. That's the date that this was put into service, 12/11 of 09. So that's got my scale. It's calibrated. I've got a 500 gram weight that I put on there, and it, well, you can see right now how it reads. Bounces between 0.0 and 0.1. Well, the 500 gram weight on there weighs 499.6. You never get 0, or you never get 500 out of it. It's never perfect. But you know what? 499.6 for 500. That's close enough. So the flies are in here. They're horrible sons of bitches. I had some bees, so brought the bee spray with me. Sprayed them where they were in the window there. But swept the floor up. Got my stuff sitting over there. There's a couple of extra belts. We're getting just about ready. I need Colin to come and get that ILS calibrated on that. Haven't heard from the dealership. Surprising, you know. Told them I'd really like you to bring the corn head back today or tomorrow, and then we can get the bean head on and start calibrating everything. Seeing, as I told you in previous videos, we lost everything when they had to do the software update that they never should have had to done, in my opinion, because you sent a brand new combine out last year with old software in it. But hey, I'm trying not to start the season miserable, but we'll see how it goes. There's supposed to be somebody out here the first day we go too. Well, I'm fucking doing shit on my schedule this year, not somebody else's. So I mean, you could just see the beans turning more every minute. It's with this warm weather. So I'm thinking Wednesday I'm going to try. But today's Monday, by the way, in case I didn't tell you that. Monday, October 2nd. All right, I got to figure this other tester out. All right, I just turned on the wet bin fill auger on the computer. That worked. That was clattering away. Rather than turn on the leg through the computer, I am just going to, I got the ladder set up here, as you can see. I got to take that cover off, and all I got to do is push the contactor in. That'll make the leg turn, because I don't want a whole bunch of things just, you know, running empty and rattling away. So for you non-farmers, the bin fans, which, well, you can see two of them back here. The other ones you won't be able to see, but you can't turn these on to make sure they work until you got about a foot of grain on the floor, or else you'll blow the floor supports out that are holding the floor up. So yeah, that's not a good plan to turn those on. So I mean, I'm sure you could probably, you know, flick real quick and hear it, but no, just not doing it. All right, so I'm gonna climb up there, take that shield off, and make sure the leg works. All right, basically I'm going to possibly piss some bees off, but we'll find out. You should be able to hear it with me. Yes, I can hear it. The leg is now turning back there. I don't know if you can hear it. I'll let her turn for a few minutes. Not because I'm obviously worried about it not running, because it's running. Get some grease, you know, spread around in the bearings up top and on the bottom that were greased. And piss off some bees if there's a bee's nest in it. So that's probably good enough. All right, I'm turning off, put the cover back on, then we'll go look and see if we got bees flying all around. All right. Well, you can't see them probably, but there is still a shit ton of bees up there. I don't know where the hell their nest is. I mean, the leg turned real good, so I didn't hear anything. If there was a paper nest in there, I probably just demolished it. And when them cups start going up through there with warm grain, yeah, that's gonna, well, just any warm or not, it's gonna take care of anything that might be up there. But I don't know, we're gonna find out. I mean, I'm not gonna start, you know, some of you might say, oh, you tear everything apart, look for the nest so you don't plug something up. You know what, if we fucking plug something up, then we'll figure it out that we needed to, where we need to unplug it. So, but, because this is just, I'm not going to start tearing, you know, the top of the leg off up there where it rolls it into into the distributor and into the different pipes. I mean, usually them paper nests aren't that strong, so that's if it's even a paper nest. Kevin said they were wasps, not yellow jackets. I thought they were yellow jackets, so I don't know. I'm not a bee person because I hate bees, being allergic. All right, I'm gonna put my ladder back down, and I'm pretty sure everything out here is ready to go now. Oh, yeah, I gotta remember to shut my door here so that I don't have tons of bees deciding to come into here. And this will go into sleepy sleep mode. I mean, yes, I can turn the monitor off, but I'll just let it go into sleep mode and it'll turn itself down, so it won't shut off completely, but it'll be, you know, like your computer does basically. So I guess we are kind of ready to roll here as soon as we get the combine out and the head on and that ready and that on the grain cart. So, but all right, turning you off, go put my ladder away. All right, I don't know what else I'm going to put on this video. I might hold it for when Colin comes, when I get the combine out. May even hold it for when I first start. I don't know. I'm sitting in my chair in the shop right now. It's about 3 o'clock. I'm taking a break, getting a drink of water. It's hot. I'm pushing that auger up because we can't go back with the tractor the whole way because it gets to such a steep pinch point on the hitch. You can't get the pin out. So Barb and I have to push it back by hand. Yeah, we're getting old. So my ass is dragging a little right at the moment. So I decided I'd look at my phone and look at the local rag, you know, the Citizen, the Citizen as it's called. That's done nothing but slam me over my 8 years of being a county legislator. And I see this article, FD Flam, don't worry about global population collapse. I'm assuming that's her. So I just started reading the very first paragraph, and this is what blows my mind. The world's massive human population is leveling off. Most projections show we'll hit peak humanity in the 21st century as people choose to have smaller families, and here's the line, and women gain power over their own reproduction. This is great news for the future of our species. As women gain power over their own reproduction, as if they don't now. I mean, I get the whole abortion argument, okay? I've said I'm pro-life, but I'm also pro-choice for that 2%, you know, rape, incest, the life of the mother, you know. if she goes through with it, she could end up dying. I mean, hate me if you want, you 100% pro-lifers, but I say there's wiggle room with those three things right there, you know, that 2%. But you want control of over their own reproduction. Well, here's a thought. Don't get pregnant all the time. Like, you know, these college kids you see getting interviewed, these girls. Well, it's my right to have an abortion. I've had 2 while I've been, you know, it's like a badge of honor for some of them. I mean, you have the right to control your own reproduction. But calling abortion a women's health care issue is bullshit, in my opinion. It's absolute bullshit. Unless it falls under the 2%. Rape, incest, or, you know, for an example, 2 30-year-olds, guy and a woman, are about ready to have their first kid, and there's major complications. If she goes to full term, she could die. Well, I don't have a problem with them terminating that pregnancy so that maybe they can have a second chance. I don't know what the circumstances would be, you know. I'm just saying I'm good with the 2%. But when they start putting headlines like that, you know, the population is going to level up because women are going to be able to get control of their own, how was it worded again? Power over their own reproduction, like they never have in the past. Give me a fucking break. Oh, those large ragweeds that I slapped myself in the face earlier are starting to trigger my allergies this afternoon. How about all the people out there who would have loved to adopt a baby and wind up adopting from a foreign country because they can't adopt here because 1, there's not enough, and 2, we make it so fucking expensive and hard for them to do it. I don't know. I wasn't going to throw any politics into this video, but you know what? I did. I'm just going to read you a little bit more because this is quite interesting. And yet alarms are sounding while environmentalists have long warned of a planet with too many people. Now some economists are warning of a future with too few. For example, economist Dean Spears from the University of Texas has written that an unprecedented decline in population will lead to a bleak future of slower economic growth and less innovation. But demographers I spoke with say this concern is based more on speculation than science. A dramatic collapse in population is unlikely to happen within the next 100 years. And if we need more creative minds in the world, we could stop doing such a terrible job of nourishing and educating the people we're already producing. Yeah, so I agree with that part. How about we stop indoctrinating them and making them into useless pieces of shit? But what I find funny with this article, when they talk about that, is it just seems to be a fact. People are having less kids. I mean, we only had 1, but that was all we could have, really, not going into our past history. But, you know, how about the whole trans movement? I mean, like I've said before, you put 100 trans women and 10 men on an island, and in 100 years, you will find the bones of 110 men. You put 100 women on an island and 10 men, and in 100 years, you'll find a thriving society of men, women, and children. And probably 10 really happy men, too, if they had 100 women. But, so let's wake up, folks. Yeah, you guessed it. We're doing beans. I'm in the process of doing a moisture calibration. Don't know if you can see that, because now that I got the headlands off, which are always a little wetter, I want to make sure it's right. No. Yeah, dry. Nobody has showed up today. Larry's supposed to be coming tomorrow, but I pretty much got everything figured out, and so far haven't had any issues. Yes, there was shit missing on the computer that I had to redo, you know, because of the new software. But I don't have the screen up right now that was showing yield, but that was running around mid 50s. So anything between 50 and 60 I'll take for the year we had, because we only had 2.5 inches of rain for September to finish things out. But I don't know, I'm thinking this moisture is probably about right, running between 11 and 11.5, because holy shit are they dusty. But and there they are going in the bin. Alright, I'm turning you off now. So the combine was making them around 10.8. That was the average. When I went and tested them, I was making them just over 11. So 11.2 I think it was. Pretty close. So I did put the new number in because I like to just, I don't know, I like to get it as close as I possibly can get it. So yeah, we're soybeaning. This video is probably long enough. So I'm just gonna probably think of one more thing and then end it. Here's your one more thing. Drain tank 3/4 full. Don't mind the beeping. I'm a happy guy right now. I'm not the grumpy farmer. Boy, when you get out into the field, these beans are running in the 70s right now. These are good beans. So there's your one more thing. I'm not the grumpy farmer at the moment. I'm the happy farmer. Because prices suck, so we need the yield.